So I just finished a 2-mile run, which felt really good. The first mile, I didn't take it easy. I'm at 5,000 feet elevation. So nothing up here is really all that easy when it comes to exercise. But I warmed my body up. I got going, and my first mile was like 10 minutes and 37 seconds. So I turned around at mile 1, came back, and I pushed it. I think I ended at that mile at 9 minutes. So I cut like a minute 30 seconds off, and I had to push my body today. I needed that. I hadn't done it in a little bit, not like that, because I had a little bit of adversity. So I have a brother. He's like 18 months younger than me, and he disowned our whole family, like literally, except for my dad. He did not disown my dad, because my dad lives in McCall, and Nick wants to, I'm sure, be in McCall someday. So that's that. But he hasn't talked to me in 7 years. It's been 7 years. And I think it's like most of the family. He hasn't talked to anybody in 7 years. He talked to my mom a little bit, but that was brutal and ended in complete disaster and a lot of toxicity on both sides. And so yesterday, I am sitting there with my dad, and he goes, "Your brother's going to be here in a couple of hours." What the fuck? With my nervous system, the way it is right now. And I just looked at him like, a couple hours? Like, I go, couldn't you have given me a little bit more notice? And he just started yelling at me, because he has a frozen nervous system too, and has like his entire life. So when he deals with adversity, he yells, and he has this thing go off in his brain. It clicks, and he doesn't hear anything you say. Like, it's like you're not there. All he can do is yell at you. Yeah, my family. And so you realize part of why I'm here. Like, these are the relationships I've grown up with, and how I was conditioned to deal with conflict. And like, when that happened as a little kid, like, I shut down. Like, big people are scary when they yell. So I learned very young to hold things in, shut them down, bury them if I needed, and like lie to myself and the world that I'm okay. Yay. So he told me that my brother's coming in a couple of hours, and my like brain went into like emergency mode. It wasn't horrible, but the first thing I did is I went upstairs and I did a 10-minute breathwork exercise that just regulated my nervous system, and I just repeated to myself, "You're safe. You're okay. You are where you're supposed to be, and this is part of your journey." And I just kept repeating that over and over as I'm doing my breath work. And after that 10 minutes, I felt a lot better. I felt grounded. I knew, like, I started thinking in options. And like, I thought about leaving, like, for a long time, for a couple hours. And he ended up not showing up till like late in the evening anyway. So I had a lot of time, but that first initial reactions, like, I have a couple hours. I have to figure out what to do. And the old me would have run the fuck away. Like, I don't want to be in that toxic environment when, like, I'm working like all day, every day on fixing myself and being healthy and being able to handle adversity like this. And listen, so I did great. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I had an alarm go off for medication. So I did my breath work, and I grounded myself. What did I do next? I think I kind of went into damage control, figuring out where I would go. And over the next couple hours, I just processed things. I kept doing my work. I called a friend who's been a really good sounding board and just like a safe harbor for me to get stuff out verbally, because I haven't done that in a long time. I've just kept everything in. And even when I was in Portland recently, and it's like I was with somebody who I completely trusted, but at the same time, my voice wasn't safe in that environment. And so I had to hold it down again and bury it. And that last 6 months is ultimately what led me to my lowest point, because I buried it so hard and so deep and just kept running into a brick wall that my nervous system one day, it broke. Like, it just completely shut down. And I spent a whole day walking around town, just aimlessly, just walking around, sitting under trees, sitting on park benches, sitting at picnic tables in parks, just like sitting there spinning and dwelling on a lot of bad shit. Oh, it's good to talk about, but it's still hard. Like, it sucks. It really sucks. So sounding board, my safe harbor, I talked it out a little bit, felt a little bit better. I researched a couple of options, and at the end of the day, I chose to just do what I said that I was going to do in my mind in that moment as I'm breathing and doing the breath work. Is I'm safe. I'm okay. I am right where I'm supposed to be. And this is a part of my journey. So I decided to face it. And he got in late last night with his kids who are super sweet. But he says some pretty probably weird shit about me. He blames his whole life problems on me. He says I was mean to him as a little kid. Like, this is the brother that worked his ass off to pay for his brother to go to Europe with him for 2 weeks. Like, we were pretty tight in high school, or just like even just after high school. But he's had a lot of mental challenges and been in and out of rehab many times, and then went to the war and has PTSD and all sorts of stuff. So you can imagine him coming into my safe place at the time, and it's not mine. Like, it's not mine. And I even said that. I go, like, he has every right to be here, as I do. And this is part of your journey, Andy. And let's just come up with a plan and keep doing our work, keep doing our things, keep regulating. And so this morning I've done 2 series of breath work. I just ran my ass off and it felt really good. I read for 25 minutes just to, like, keep my brain focused on something that's just basic and just, it's a super easy book. I really like books about people who immigrated from the East Coast to the West Coast to Oregon and the promised land. I love those stories. It's just adversity and overcoming and all that stuff. And so I haven't seen them yet, but I'm doing exactly what I normally do. So we'll see how this goes, and I'm sure I'm gonna journal about it, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just sitting here bearing my freaking heart out, and it's hard sometimes, and like, I don't want to do it, but it's also therapeutic. Journaling has been like my number one source for processing and realizing where I've been off base and wrong in a lot of cases, and it gave me perspective. So that's my day. After my run, I came down here to my happy place just to chill out for probably like 5 minutes and stare at the water, maybe throw some water on my face, because it resets your nervous system. It shocks you, and it's really good. So if you ever catch yourself in like a panic mode and you feel your heartbeat going boom, 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 and you know that, like, maybe you don't have a name for it, but that's what's happening, and you're kind of shutting down, go get like a bowl of ice or whatever you could put ice in, and put water in it and let it freeze or cool down, and then just stick it on your face, and just afterwards you will feel calmer. Your heart rate will go down. Your nervous system will go into shock mode and be like, hey, we need to fix this, and it fixes the problem ultimately. So I've had to come down here a couple times. Like, I just walk down the street and I put water on my face and I just shock myself, because whatever is happening in that moment was feeling a little bit heavy or overwhelming, and like I wanted to shut down. So I'm proud of myself. I'm feeling good about so far, but I haven't faced the biggest challenge yet, so I'll let you know. But I'm going to be amicable. Like, if I'm not gonna hug him and pretend like nothing's wrong, but I'm gonna be totally cordial and just be like, hey, I have a project to work on, so you guys have fun. I'll see you later. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I'm feeling proud of myself. So I will take this win. I will go put it in my win book, which I come up with 3 things that I'm proud of myself for each day. So I don't have to just focus on the challenges and the struggles and where I feel like I suck and that voice starts getting really loud and telling me all those things. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. So the shame, my little shame friend, not friend, monster on my shoulder, this one actually spins through my head quite often. And it shouldn't, because I know it's not true, but it does. When I got to McCall a couple months ago, my dad was talking to my brother on the phone. He was on speakerphone, and I'm up in the loft, and I could hear. And whatever they said, because I wasn't really paying attention, but I heard this part. He's like, oh, he's the devil. And he was talking about me. And he said this many times to my dad. He thinks I'm the devil. I mean, you don't really know me that well, but like, you can usually get a vibe for people, even through shit like this. Do I seem like the devil to you? What? Like, I've always had a heart to help people. Like, I built wells in Nicaragua. I have volunteered thousands of hours at church and community service and different organizations. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, I've done this. This was my past life. It was part of my, like, I guess, mission at the time, was creating community. And you do that through the community that you live in. And so I gave a lot back. Like, one event that we did, we gave back $50,000 to the local food bank. $50K over, I think, about a 3-year period. I started a farmer's market in our neighborhood, and I mean, it was my idea. I put a group together, and we did it, and they probably mostly did it, but I'm really good at the vision part and bringing the right people together. It's one of my superpowers. But I have a heart to give back. Like, I care when I fuck up, which I do. It hurts me deep. So for him to say that I'm the devil and for me to believe it, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. But that's what a fucked up brain does. It takes the input from people that, like, they have their own shit, and it creates this truth inside of you. And that is not my truth. Like, I do not relate to that. I completely I object to that. Yes, I do. But it's real life. Like, as soon as my dad told me he's coming, that's what I thought of. Oh, so the guy who thinks that I'm the devil and has literally disowned me and blames every single problem in his whole life on me. He's coming to me in this moment when I'm in recovery and trying to fix a nervous system that is beyond, like, it's really bad. So it's good to talk about it. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate you. And if like, you relate to any of this stuff, like, figure out what works for you. Breathwork works for me. Meditation, journaling. I'm doing this video journal, which, like, I don't love doing this, but it's something that helps propel me just a little bit forward. And more than anything, I do this because, like, I know that there are other people out there that are hurting, and might be at that low place that I was at where I almost didn't make it through it. And if I can make an impact on that person by doing this, then by golly, I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help some people that are in really dark places that they just wish they knew how to come out of. And they've never been taught, which I wasn't. Like I stayed in that place for 4 years. 4 years. So, if you're in that place, I'm here. I'll listen. And if like I can help, if I can just kind of point you in the right direction to get some peace in your life, to start to heal, then I would love to do that. Because that's the heart that I have. The devil. AG out. Okay, so I just started walking back and I got like 30 feet. And I just realized something. That he's a voice in my head. And I realized it because I said that in just a few minutes ago in the journal. When I said, when my dad told me that he was coming, a voice in my head said, the devil. And it went into my chest. And I haven't done any therapy around internal family systems, but I've done a lot of research. And I haven't done that much with it, but I want to. Like, I don't even have insurance yet, so I can't go to therapy right now, so I'm working on myself just individually. But he's one of those voices I just realized, and I'm glad that I did. See, this is the benefit of journaling. And I'm going to write this down in my journal. I'm going to start thinking about it some more, and how can I quiet that voice, and eventually like shut that motherfucker down. Like, he says devil and I go, okay, Andy, you're the guy that had a well built in Nicaragua, and the reason that you did it is because you wanted to save all those people's lives that didn't have water, and they were literally dying. People were dying. People died in that village from not having clean water, and that sucked. And I could do something about it, so I did. But that's the guy I know I am, and the devil doesn't do that shit. Okay, so this is good. This is really good. So that's going to be my script from now on. When I hear that, especially over the next couple days, because I'm gonna have to do this for a couple days, and like I'm right down the street, so we'll see. That's gonna be what I say if anything happens. I'm hoping it's just peaceful. I'm gonna do my own thing, stay out of everybody's way, let them enjoy time with dad. But TBD. So this is my buddy Raymond. I don't know how to turn this around. So that's my buddy Raymond. I'm coming back from the lake, and I see him in the road, like way up ahead, and he stops and he's looking at me. He goes by our house every day, and he's just an old guy. He's so nice though. So I pet him all the time, and I talk to him, and his mom Nancy's super nice as well. And I start coming closer to him, and I'm like looking around for Nancy, but like I'm all around, and I start yelling, Nancy. No, he's out on his own. So I wonder what the devil would do in this case. Probably just let him wander off, get hit by a car or something. Not me. Oh, Raymond, I would never let that happen to you. Because I'm a nice guy. And I care about Raymond because he's my friend. So I'm taking Raymond home. He's just right across the street.